So what we're going to learn today is we're going to learn some, I guess we could call it simple matrix arithmetic. The two in particular we're focused on is addition and subtraction, and then we're going to learn an operation called scalar multiplication, not to be mixed up with the one that's coming up soon called matrix multiplication. So matrix addition is simply you get each corresponding element of the matrix or matrices that you're interested in, and you just sum the values together. So this is when you're adding them. When you're subtracting them, it can be thought of as like a form of scalar multiplication first. So all you're doing is you're getting the elements and you're adding the corresponding elements. What do you reckon you do if the matrices are of a different order? So one's a 2 by 3 and the other one's a 5 by 4. How would you add those?
Just like the first whatever's and then like the others are just there.
Seems very confusing. You just don't. Yeah. You can't add matrices that aren't of the same order. So if you ever had a 2 by 3 or a 5 by 4, you just don't do it. You say that's as far as you can go. That's as simplified as it gets. Does that make sense? You could get something like that in a test and the answer is going to be a 1-mark answer, and it's leaving it alone or saying cannot do. All right, now in addition to this, we have something called scalar multiplication. With scalar multiplication, it's like multiplying something by a singular value. So a scalar is just a quantity. It could be mass, it could be the amount of eggs your chickens laid in the morning, it could be how much air you put in your tires. And that's represented by the value outside of the matrix like that. You can have a times symbol in there if you want. You don't need it, you can just have it out the front. And that's simply saying we're going to do scalar multiplication. The way it's done is just as you can see here. You multiply every member inside the matrix by this scalar value here. So you're just either enlarging or you're reducing. So it's a dilation. Now using that knowledge, how might we simplify an expression like on the board here? What do we have? What operations?
Negative.
There's a negative. What operation is that? Subtract. How else could you think of subtract? I like what Maya said where she said negative.
Negative addition.
Negative addition or negate. So it's actually a form of scalar multiplication attached to the 4. So we could multiply everything inside this matrix by -4 instead of just 4. So first step to simplify it is we're going to dilate this matrix with scalar multiplication by multiplying each and every element by -4. Then this is going to be the addition of two matrices. This will look like.
So you timesing the two matrices?
We're not timesing the matrix. We're multiplying this matrix by this scalar value here.
But then that one, do we?
And then that plus that.
Yeah, we'll be able to add them because this will turn into plus. So our first matrix is unchanged for now. Harrison, are you focused on this or something else?
I am now.
Okay, so I've turned it to plus. The consequence inside of here, -4 by -1 is just 4. 4 by 6 is 24, but it's now -24. This is going to be -8. This is going to be -20. This is going to be 8. And this is going to be -12. And then we've reduced the scalar operation to just the addition of two matrices now. Could we subtract matrices if we wanted?
Yes.
Yeah, you absolutely could. But if you think of it as bringing the negative in for scalar multiplication, you reduce your operations to just plus and scalar multiply. Does that make sense? That's how computers do it as well. Okay, now finishing it off, 3 plus 4 is 7, 5 plus -20 is -15, 5 plus -24 is -19, -1 plus 8 is 7, -2 plus -8 is -10, and 4 plus -12 is -8. that seem okay, guys? So that's basically the extent of the arithmetic we have to learn today. That's our operations. Now here's where we focus in on the tech part. Is this in the way, boys? Alright. Just tell me if it's in the way and I can move it. Alright, do you guys want to get your calculators up into matrix mode? Okay, once we're in there, you want to clear all your memory because this is going to rely on stuff that could interfere with your calculations. And we go to the top menu by mashing the exit button a few times, and then you're going to see F3, there's map vec. Go on F3 and you'll either see this screen which says matrix, or you'll see this screen that says vector. You guys aren't using vectors, you're using matrices, so make sure you choose the right one. Next, press execute on the top one, and we're going to enter a 3x2 matrix. Enter again, and here we go. 3, 5, 5, -1. Make sure you do this negative and not the subtract. -2 and 4. And then once you're done, you can go exit. Are we all in there okay?
Yes. I've done it.
3x2. You've got a 2x3 there.
You mean how you do it?
Wait, we're putting in the
Five.
Wait, how do I
5,
change that?
the first one.
Press exit.
No, that one's fine.
This one.
Delete. If you put it in incorrectly or you want to just delete something in the memory, guys, just highlight over the matrix and press F1 for delete matrix. If you want to wipe all of the memory altogether, you can go del all, but I don't want to do that. Okay, next one is a 3x2. And we're going to go -1, 5, 6, -2, 2, 3, and then exit. Okay, we've got our two matrices saved in memory. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go exit, and we can do the arithmetic. Now it's not as simple as you would have hoped. You have to go through a few menus to access the matrices. First thing we're going to do is, I believe it's options, F2 for map vec. So you've got to go for options first. Then you go matrix alpha A, take for matrix alpha B.
Wait, how do you do it again?
You
Options.
Options map BCT.
Yeah.
Yeah, F2.
I got my match.
Yeah,
Option F2,
Alpha A.
Yeah.
-4 matrix
option
B.
F2,
Alpha
Is everyone there?
Option.
A.
option F2, and then F1 will give you matrix. And then you press alpha and then whatever letter.
Alpha
in the
A.
range.
Wait, take.
What letter?
Press A, so
To make sure
Yeah.
that's correct.
What? Yeah.
All right.
I just put in there.
In addition to this, guys, there's a bunch of other really useful functions on the calculator that we're not up to yet, but it's nice to know that eventually the calculator will be able to do everything for you, provided it's not algebraic. And then the other half of the menu is for vectors. Okay, now that's the first part. Typically you'll use this when you're going to be reusing reusing matrices over and over again. Now if it's a once-off matrix, you can either use it in there, or the other option is you can go to F4, you can go to F1 for map back, and then you can input the matrices using this one here. There are some pre-built ones in there. I tend to just go and plug it in using M by N, and then you can physically put the expression in on the screen. So 3, 5, 5 minus 1, minus 2 and 4. Take 4. We need another 3 by 2. Minus 1, 5, 6, minus 2. Just like so. So you can just use that menu if it's a once-off operation. If you want to reference your matrix, you can go Shift A and S. You can't do that. Don't worry about doing that. You can't
How
do
do you get
that.
that menu? The 2 times 2 is
Pardon?
the 2 times 2, 3 times 3.
M by N.
Yep.
Actually, we might be able to do this. I just haven't done this in a long time. Options, map back, map. There we go. If you put map in front of the A and S for answer, then you can do a calculation and then push your answer to the next line to be able to recalculate on it. So we could go map A and S times matrix, and we'll go Shift A. And then we get dimensions error because that doesn't work.
Times 3.
Yeah, so you can use values and go to another line. That's matrix multiplication. That's a completely different thing that is highly confusing, but that will be for another lesson. Are we cool with our calculator skills, guys?
I hope so.
Hope so. That's really useful. So the point is, the actual paper calculations today are pretty straightforward. They're just long and cumbersome. I'd say most of the merit comes from remembering where everything is on the calculator because you're going to use it extensively. All good?